Good morning, students. Now I am going to discuss the topic that is continuation to our previous topic, logistic regression. So we started the discussion with regression, and we have seen what is regression and how the regression is going to be useful in real time. So while prediction purpose, so that is using the dependent variable, how the independent variable is going to influence the dependent variable that we have learned. And here one more time we are going to discuss about why we should go with logistic regression. So if we take a example, suppose the time we spent, generally we can visit some websites, right? So whenever we are going to visit the website, we are going to spend some amount of time for visiting that website. For example, suppose 8 minutes, like this, there are some values are there. And so whenever we are going to visit the website, what we can see, 55 minutes, 84 minutes, 70 minutes, like this, some amount of time we are going to spend. And here what I am going to consider, whether the website may consist of some ad links, so whether there is a chance for clicking the ad or not, so that we are going to verify. So what is the probability of clicking the ads while watching the website? So here what we are going to have, so there are binary values. We are going to get either yes or no, yes or no. So these kind of values we are going to get. Suppose for this we are going to construct a graph. So by taking the x value and y value, so what we are going to get, so we will get like this. If we going to plot a linear regression, so linear regression is to predict the dependent variable using independent variable. So here what we are going to get, so this hyperplane like this we are going to get, and using this hyperplane what we are going to see, so we cannot predict. So the prediction is not possible. So prediction is not possible for estimation, yes or no? So instead of this, so here what we are going to use, here we are going to use the binary values. Yesterday during the discussion what we have discussed, so in case of linear regression we are going to deal with continuous values, and in case of logistic regression we are going to deal with binary values. So whenever we are going to see the binary values for the prediction purpose, what we have to do, we have to consider the logistic regression. If we are going to consider the logistic regression, so what we are going to see, so here we are going to take one sigmoid function, that is y equals to 1 plus e to the power of minus x. So here what is x? X is independent variable, and this independent variable we are going to calculate for the calculation of dependent variable. And here we are going to use what we are going to use, sigmoid function. What is this? Sigmoid function. So here's what is the sigmoid function. So sigmoid function trying to what it is trying to convert the independent variable. What it is, which variable? Independent variable into independent variable into expression of probability that ranges between 0 to 1 with respect to dependent variable. So what we have learned, so here the sigmoid function trying to convert the independent variable into expression of probability that ranges between 0 to 1 with respect to dependent variable. So here using the sigmoid function, what we are able to predict, we are able to predict the classification, that is we are able to classify the things, we are able to identify the class label of the objects, so that we are able to predict with the help of logistic regression. So if we are going to consider the sigmoid function, so if we are going to plot a graph, how it will be look like. So here I am going to plot a graph, and like this it is going to get, and these are the data points lies here, and these are the data points lies here. And suppose it ranges between what I can consider 0 to 0.51. Yes or no? It ranges between 0 to 1, right? So here these are the values, and here this is a 0.5, and this will be the class A and this will be the class B. Like this, we are able to predict the class label of the data points. So that is the usage of logistic regression. So if you are going to use the linear regression, we are not able to predict the class label, but if you are going to use the logistic regression, here we are able to predict the class label of the object. So because of this reason, we are using logistic regression in case of machine learning. Clear? Am I clear with you? And the next we are going to discuss about concept learning. What we are going to discuss? Concept learning, right? Concept learning we are going to see. So here we are going to discuss about concept learning. So the concept, in the sense, just like class definition. So what is a class? Class is going to show about the properties of particular object, or whenever we are going to learn about some characteristics of the object, then what we can consider it is a concept or class. So here, what is the concept? If you are going to consider, I am going to consider the concept of, for example, some nowadays the telecommunication is going to be improved with the help of phones, right? Smartphone. So I am going to consider this concept. So in this concept, what I am going to consider, two things. One is tablet and another one is smartphone. So what are the properties? How can you define the tablet and how can you define the smartphone? So the definition can be, or definition can be consists of characteristics or features. And what are the features? So here I am going to consider the features, binary valued features. Binary value. So here I am going to consider only binary valued attribute, so that I am going to have only two values. Okay, what I am going to consider in terms of size, in terms of color, in terms of screen type, and in terms of shape. So these are the characteristics I am going to consider. Okay, size. So what are the size? And one is small, another one is large. And color, maybe gray, maybe black, maybe flat screen or foldable screen, and square shape and rectangle shape. Like this, I have defined the characteristics, right? So what are the characteristics I have taken? The features are the characteristics are size, color, screen type, and shape. I am trying to define the tablet, and I am trying to define what we can consider smartphone. So here the concept can be defined with the help of these four characteristics. What are they? X1, X2, X3, X4. Let us assume these are the four what we can consider. So features, those using these four features, we are able to define the concept. What concept we are going to define? Either the tablet or the smartphone. Clear? And whenever you are going to define the tablet, what we can do, so the tablet can be defined like this. So here I am going to consider the large size and black color and flat screen and square shape. So what are these? These are the specific features of the tablet, and using these specific features, what I am going to define? Large screen, black color, flat screen, square shape. And suppose if it is a smartphone, how I am going to define the smartphone? See here, small and gray color, folded and rectangle. So these are the features for which I am going to assign for smartphone. And using the long block, flat, square, I am going to represent the tablet. Using the small, gray, foldable, rectangle, I am going to represent the smartphone, right? So here, in order to define the possible instances, the formula for define the possible instances is 2 to the power of d. And in order to define so this is possible instances. And possible concepts. So using these features, how many concepts we are able to define? That is 2 to the power of d. So that means 2 to the power of 2 to the power of 4, 2 to the power of 16 concepts we are able to define with the help of these four features: size, color, screen type, and shape. So that is the way we are going to define the so here one thing we need to consider, only size. For size there are only two values, for color there are only two values, for screen type there are two values, on the shape there are only two values. But if you are going to add one more value, suppose screen type, what is the screen type? Flat and folded. Flat and folded. So instead of flat and folded, if I am going to add curved, so what will be the screen type? The screen type becomes 3 valued. So it is not a binary value. It is not a binary value. So in that case, it is not possible to define the number of concepts with the help of 2 to the power of 2 and d. Okay. So that is the concept definition. So this is the way we are going to define the concept. So here the tablet, how we are going to define the tablet? Tablet can be defined with the help of the features like large and black and flat and square. So here what is the symbol we have used? And. So these are all the features which we are going to be included for tablet. Okay. Otherwise I can define the tablet with the help of only large and square. Like this also I can define. Okay. So whenever we are going to define a tablet, suppose if the tablet is going to accept all kind of values, then that will be generalized hypothesis. So the most generalized hypothesis, what we can do, we can define like this. So what it is accepts all. It accepts all. So what is this? Most general hypothesis. So here let me take, this is the concept. What is this? Concept space. I am going to take a portion, so that is a subset of concept. So this is inductive bias, and this is also known as target concept. So whatever the concept we are going to take, so while targeting particular specific concept, that is inductive bias or target concept. Okay. So whenever we are going to so this question mark represents what it represents. It accepts all kind of values. So there is no constraint for accepting. So this is most generalized hypothesis in the sense not exact content, so it is abstractive. So here what we are going to say, so here some pi. In this case, how we are going to define the concept? It rejects all. So only specific hypothesis. So this is specific hypothesis. This is general hypothesis. In case of general hypothesis, it will accept all kind of concepts. But in case of specific, it is going to accept only particular item, particular concept only. For example, I am going to define xi some pi. So what it is? So here pi is going to define the particular concept. Okay, particular concept. So that is the thing we are going to discuss with the hypothesis and concept classes. And here we are going to consider only particular. So what we are going to consider particular in the sense, suppose I am going to take a Redmi. What is Redmi? Redmi is a smartphone, right? So here what is xi? Xi is a smartphone. Suppose smartphone Redmi. So Redmi is a smartphone. Yes. So we are going to represent with 1. Suppose if I take Apple is a brand. It is not going to represent the smartphone, or so it is a brand. Apple is a brand. So in this case, Apple is a 0. So 0 or 1. So 1 indicates it belongs to particular concept. 0 indicates it doesn't belong to that concept. So here we are going to write like this: h of x equals to concept of x. Hypothesis of x is equal to concept of x. So like this we are going to define the hypothesis. So what I am going to consider, so whenever we are going to define the hypothesis, suppose x1, x2, x3, x4, these are the features. x1, x2, x3, x4. So these are the features. So like this way I am going to define the hypothesis, right? And so this is in the year of 1990, for example. And whenever we are going with 2020, so what is going to be observed? X1 may changes, X2 may changes, X3 may changes, right? So suppose in 1990, what are the phone model? The phone is some rectangle shape, it is having limited features, right? So nowadays, what kind of phones we are going to use? The smartphone has gone, revolution changes. Nowadays, whatever different companies are coming to the market, different models are there, different characteristics are there. So this is version space. What is this? Version space. Over the period of time, so what we can observe, there are changes in the characteristics. So this is hypothesis and this is version space. Okay, so here what we are going to learn: AL, ML, CL. ML in the sense machine learning. So machine learning is a concept which is used to predict the future data. So the accuracy plays major role. If our model is going to get accurate results, then our model will be accepted. So if you are not going to get the accurate result, the model is going to be rejected. So that is the case with machine learning. And if it is AL, what is AL? Active learning. Active learning deals with the reduction in the search space. So that means, suppose just now we discussed about hypothesis space and hypothesis space and inductive bias. So what the inductive bias is going to, so what we are going to observe, that there is a reduction in the search space. So that we are going to face with active learning. And the concept learning, where what is a concept, how the concept is going to be defined, so that we are going to see with the concept learning. Clear? And then next we are going to discuss about Fine-Days algorithm. So now we are going to discuss about Fine-Days algorithm. So here in case of Fine-Days algorithm, what we are going to consider, we are going to consider only positive values. So the Fine-Days algorithm always tells about the positive content only. So here we are going to consider the specific hypothesis S. So S stands for specific hypothesis. So it always deals with positive examples only. So this is the limitation of this Fine-Days algorithm. As per the Fine-Days algorithm, so what the algorithm is going to tell about us, so it will initiate with most specific hypothesis. And for each positive sample, so if value equals to hypothesis, then ignore, else replace with most general hypothesis. So this is the algorithm. So if we are going to discuss about the example, then it is clear for you. So it initiates with most specific hypothesis for each positive sample. If value equals hypothesis, then we are need to ignore. If the otherwise, what we have to replace with most general hypothesis. Okay. So here, before going to get into, this is the table which we are going to consider. So this originating country, Japan, USA, Japan, and manufacturing Honda, some Toyota, and Honda, CH is another company, Honda, Toyota, like this. Some colors: blue, green, red, white. So these are the colors. 1980, 1970. These are the years, and type Eco, SPO. So these are the values which are given to us. So what we are going to do, so with this we are going to take one hypothesis. Listen carefully. We are going to take with one hypothesis. What is that? Specific hypothesis. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values. So how many values? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values. And finally we are going to get the class. The class is a final class. So here we are going to get positive or negative. So already conveyed you this find S algorithm is going to concentrate only positive values, right? And here I am going to take first one h1 equals to what is the value I am going to have? Japan, JP, right? And the HO, Honda, and color blue, and year 1980, and the model eco, the type is eco. So these are the values of h1, and I am going with h2 again. The first value is JP and the second value is Toyota. Here Honda is there, so we are going with generalized one, question mark. And blue color same, sorry, green color, right? The color is also sorry. The first one h1 equals to JP, Honda, blue, 1980 eco. What is the second one? So the second one is dealing with green, right? Sorry, second one is dealing with negative, so we should consider only positive values only, right? So for that what we can do? So h2 equals to h1, h3 hypothesis 3. So again I am going with the JP, so the same value, Honda the same value, blue same value, and the year here we are going to get 1970, so here it is 1980, so there is a difference. So what we need to go with generalized one, eco. Okay, and next I am going to define h4 again it is going to point out the negative, so h4 equals to h3. And now I am going with h5, so h5 equals to again JP, right? h5, so this one JP, Honda, and white, the color is white, so here it is blue. So what we need to do? We need to go with generalized one, and here again already we have generalized and eco. And h6 is again positive only, so JP, and here Toyota, here instead of Honda, so what we need? Question mark eco. Okay, so like this we need to define. So this is the most generalized hypothesis which we are going to define with the help of find S algorithm, right? So this is the way we are going to use the find S algorithm. And what we have discussed today's class, what is logistic regression, and what is concept learning, and what is active learning, what is machine learning, and we have used with an example find S algorithm, right? Thank you.